All right, let's unlock something that sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's not. This is the world you're about to graduate into. We're going to talk about AI, but probably not in the way you're used to hearing about it. We're diving deep into a project called Bittensor.
So, I'm guessing pretty much all of you have messed around with ChatGPT, right? You've seen what this stuff can do. But here's a question that honestly almost nobody is asking. Who actually owns that intelligence? And for your generation, the answer to that question is going to define everything. Okay, so here's the deal. The whole way we're building AI right now, it's based on this kind of fragile idea called intelligence fiat. Now, to really get what that means and why it's a huge problem, we've got to take a quick detour and talk about money. Just imagine you're playing your favorite online game, and somebody finds an infinite money glitch. Suddenly, everyone can have billions of whatever the in-game currency is. What happens? Boom. The entire economy crashes. That currency becomes totally worthless. That's soft money in a nutshell. It's easy to create, so it loses its value. And yeah, that's kind of like the cash we use every day. But then you've got hard money, like gold. You can't just hit print on a gold bar, right? You have to actually dig it out of the ground. It's scarce, and that scarcity is exactly what makes it valuable. So stick with me here. What if the AI we're all using right now works just like that soft money? Think about it. Companies like Google, OpenAI, they're basically the central banks of intelligence. They own the massive servers, they control all the data, and they can pretty much print new intelligence whenever they want. They can change it, they can censor it, they can stick it behind a paywall. That is intelligence fiat. And that is the core problem, right there. When just a handful of massive companies control intelligence, it stops being about truth and starts being about profit. It can get biased, it's fragile, you could even say it's unsound. If we want AI to actually serve all of humanity, and not just a few shareholders, we need that hard alternative. Something that's scarce, that holds its value, and that can be owned by everyone, not just a few giants. Okay, so if centralized AI is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is where things get really interesting. It's what a lot of people are calling the Bitcoin moment for AI. It's time we finally talk about Bittensor and its digital token called Tau. First things first, let's get one thing straight. Bittensor is not another tech company from Silicon Valley. You're not going to find some CEO in a black turtleneck giving a keynote. It's a protocol. Think of it like a set of rules, kind of like the internet itself. It's designed to be owned and run by the people who use it, not some giant corporation. This number, this is everything. 21 million. Just like Bitcoin, there will only ever be 21 million TAO tokens in existence. Period. This creates that digital scarcity we were talking about. It means the network's value can't just be inflated away or messed with by some central boss. This right here is the foundation of a hard intelligence system. So what Bittensor does is introduce something called the Tau standard. And what this does is, well, it turns machine intelligence into a real, verifiable digital asset. You earn Tau not because you're buddies with the CEO, but because you actually produce something useful for the network. It's a true meritocracy. When you hold Tau, it's kind of like you're holding a share of the world's collective machine intelligence. Okay, but that brings up a pretty massive question, right? If there's no boss, no one in charge, how in the world does this whole network decide what intelligence is actually useful? It's like the ultimate group project. Who grades the homework? Well, the answer is this really clever algorithm called Yuma Consensus. The easiest way to think about it is like the operating system for this giant global brain. And in this system, you've got two main players. You've got miners, who are like the students doing the actual work, and you've got validators, who are the judges grading that work. Now, how this whole thing works is with a constant feedback loop. It goes like this. Miners run their AI models, creating intelligence. Then the validators come in and grade what the miners produced. But, and this is the really brilliant part, the judges also get judged. The network itself is constantly checking the validators to make sure they're being honest and actually rewarding the best work. And that's the secret sauce. The system literally aligns greed with truth. To earn Tau, whether you're a miner or a validator, you have to contribute real, verifiable value. If you try to cheat the system, you'll lose money. It's a losing strategy, because the network is designed to make being honest the most profitable thing you can do. So, okay, we've got a system that actually rewards good, honest work. Now let's look at how that same structure can be used to take on the giant AI monopolies. It's time to talk about smashing the skyscraper. The way big tech does AI right now, it's a monolith, a giant single structure. I mean, think about it. One company owns literally everything, from the chips in their data centers to the gigantic AI models, all the way down to the app on your phone. It's completely centralized and it leaves basically zero room for anybody else to compete. What Bittensor does is completely different. It unbundles that monolith. It smashes it into pieces and creates specialized markets called subnets. Just think of them as individual competitive leagues for different AI skills. So you've got Subnet 1, which is a global competition to create the absolute best AI for generating images. Then there's Subnet 2, a battle to write the best code. Each subnet becomes its own marketplace, full of competing experts. And the difference here is just massive. Instead of one bloated, inefficient model trying to be a jack of all trades, you get this hyper-competitive ecosystem of specialized, super-efficient models. This forces incredible innovation, and it also helps solve one of AI's biggest dirty secrets: wasted energy. In Bittensor's world, you only get paid if your model's actually useful right now. That simple rule cuts out the insane billion-dollar waste that you see in big tech all the time.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the how the tech works, but now we're getting to the most important part, the why. Why does any of this actually matter? Because this is the real revolution. And this really gets to the heart of it all. If one government or one giant company controls the world's AI, they control information. They get to decide what's true. And that is a terrifyingly powerful tool for censorship and control. The whole goal here is to do for intelligence what Bitcoin did for money: separate it from authority. Which leads us to the ultimate vision: creating a global intelligence commons. Think of it, a shared brain for all of humanity, owned by absolutely no one, but accessible to everyone. It's open source. It's permissionless. You don't have to ask some CEO for permission to use it or to help build it. This is all about making intelligence a public resource, like a library, not a private weapon.
So, as we wrap this up, I want you to think of this as kind of a final exam. Because when you graduate, you're not just getting a diploma. You are stepping right into the middle of a world where this exact choice is being made, right now. And really, there are two paths forward. On one side, you've got soft AI, that intelligence fiat system we talked about. It's controlled, it's biased, its value can be totally manipulated by corporate interests. But on the other side, you have hard AI, a system that's decentralized, built on real scarcity and on verifiable truth. So that leaves us with one last question. The future of intelligence isn't some far-off sci-fi thing. It is being built as we speak. You are the generation that's going to build it. And you're the ones who are going to live with the consequences. So which future are you going to choose? Will it be one of fiat intelligence, controlled by just a handful of people? Or will it be a future built on the Tao standard, a future that's owned by everyone? The choice, really, is yours.